Greetings, African family. Welcome to another episode of Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. For the past few weeks, I've taken a break. I had to spend more time with the family and, you know, just to, interact with the children and so forth over the seasons, during this time of the year. And I would just like to say that I'm glad to be back, and I'm looking forward to continue this year to bring you quality content on issues facing our people. I'll be analyzing various issues as a Pan-Africanist, looking at many of the issues that facing our people and we'll connect it to the not so easily noticed or not so easily seen issues of our history and connect it to the system that we live under and see how we can bring clarity to the issues that we face as a people. Now, I want to say that a lot has been happening in the last month or so. Last time I brought you the issue of AI, and we looked into how impactful AI will be on our world. And I don't want us to take that lightly because AI will have a great impact on us as a people. No matter how we think about it, how we feel about it, it will have an impact. What we have to do now is how we are going to deal with this issue of AI, which is artificial intelligence, with the power and the intelligence and the capabilities that it represents, and what impact it will have. We have to prepare. We have to have a strategy as an African people to deal with it. One, are we going to just withdraw, close our eyes, close our ears, and pretend like technology and AI will not affect us? Or are we going to take control of our destiny and either protect ourselves from the effect of AI or devise our own AI to give us a equal hand in the development of this technology? Are we going to have some way to leverage our own AI in the struggle going forward? Because I suspect that our enemy will be using AI against our interests. We have to find a way. Either we're going to use AI to defend our interests, or we are going to avoid AI altogether, which I don't see a world in which you can avoid the reach of technology. You can avoid or withdraw from the whole development that's taking place around us, where everybody will be utilizing this technology. And as I've heard some of our people saying that what we need to do is withdraw, have nothing to do with it. In the Bible it says, withdraw yourself from Babylon, and somehow you're going to build some alternative world unaffected by Babylon. That's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with technology. You cannot, there's no hiding place. There's no refuge you can go, a sanctuary where you can go and not be affected by the reach of technology. These people have full visual observation of this planet. They can tune in their satellite to any GPS position in this world, and they can send their arsenal to attack anywhere in the world. They can send their transport and their means of transportation or any type of vehicle anywhere in the world, whether it be flying, whether it be on road, whether it be in water, wherever you are. You cannot escape the reach of technology and science. So what I'm proposing is that we have to build our own infrastructure, our own scientific infrastructure for our own benefit and to protect us from those who are going to use technology in their benefit against us. So we got to equalize the playing field. You know what I'm saying? We need to create a situation where we have a chance to fight. Because fighting without technology is like fighting with both hands tied behind your back. It's just not going to be possible to win in that kind of situation. So, I've been looking at that situation, and also I'm keeping an eye on quantum computing, which is taking computing to an astronomical level. And then when you combine artificial intelligence with quantum computer, you got an amazing and extraordinary development, probably greater than the nuclear bomb, greater than the invention of hydrogen and bomb. And this is on that scale. We will have autonomous machines. Some people are saying will be sentients, and then they will be able to, even biological machines will be possible created. So we have to just be prepared as a people. Just be prepared for any eventuality, any possibilities, and how we can be leaders in this type of scientific development. And obviously the next step will be robotics, where quantum computing, artificial intelligence, robotics capabilities, you mix that all together, it's unstoppable. So, we need to be concerned about this, and we need to have more discussion about this and how we can take control, how we can put some kind of stops and brakes on some of this technology and keep it out of the wrong hands. Because ultimately, nefarious people, wicked institutions, wicked forces can use this to create damage, great harm to people on this planet, and particularly to African people. So we just have to be mindful of these things, get ready, prepare our children, get into technology, know what's going on, learn the technology, learn how to use it for your benefit. Because if you don't have it, you don't know how to use it, you're going to be at a severe disadvantage. So let us be clear. So I've been looking at that aspect. That's kind of like where my head is in terms of reasoning at the moment. And then there's also, I'm looking at the global wealth structure and see how I gotta, eventually I'm going to be putting together some slides to show some of the statistics about the global wealth in this world, and I think there's a list of about 20 billionaires on this planet today that have over 2.7 trillion with a T dollars in accumulated combined wealth. 20 people. We got 8 billion people on this planet, over 8 billion people, approximately. Over 8 billion people on this planet. And right now, we have 20 people, 20, that have a combined wealth of 2.7 trillion. $2.7 trillion can end all hunger, all homelessness, all poverty in this world. It is a travesty. It is an insult to the intelligence of humanity for this type of phenomenon to exist, and for us to normalize this and accept this as normal. And then some people may say, oh, these people are just genius. They're just amazing people who have done hard work and have accumulated all this wealth. No, my people, they didn't. It's not because of that. It's because they got lucky. The system was put in place to allow them to exploit, to utilize technology to their advantage, to utilize the supply network to their advantage. And they are the owners of this they are the beneficiary of millions of people working. Products are selling, services are moving around the world, and they are the one who benefiting. I mean, everyone should be compensated for the work that they perform. Surely they should be compensated as well, but not billions of dollars. No human being should be in the possession of billions while people are in poverty, while they are homelessness. So these are some of the things that I think about, and some of the themes that I return to show how absurd, how insulting to the intelligence of humanity and to people that we have a situation like this and it is allowed to continue like it's nothing, normal. And it seems as if many of us have accepted this way of life as normal, but it is not. It is the system that they have put in place, the system of capitalism and the system of imperialism. They have put it in place where if you happen to be the owner of a corporations or a business, you can go out there and exploit, and you can accumulate vast amount of wealth. And they will avoid paying taxes. They pay the smallest amount of taxes. The way they're able to shield their income and their assets and their wealth from being taxed to be used to provide services to people in general, and that is a concern for me. And somehow the mindset of our people have to change. We have to stop tolerating and accepting this type of inequality. This inequality is the source of the majority of the problem that we're faced with as a people, as human beings. We should not have people living in hunger. I see people are living in some condition in this world that I just don't understand. I don't understand how we can have children, living in such dirty, filthy conditions, hunger, sleeping on floors. People are living in some deplorable condition. And these people are walking around and in possession of trillions of dollars that they're going to pass on to future generation, while the percentage of the poor people and people living in poverty will continue to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. What is the objective of us as humanity? What is our ultimate goal? Is it our goal just to pursue individual success, to amass as much individual wealth as possible? Or is it to, you're building enough to provide for your family for the next 100 years, and that's still not satisfying enough? And then, after you provide for your family, surely the community come next, and surely humanity come next after. I mean, it should be in that order. I've amassed enough for myself as an individual. Then I've amassed enough to take care of my family, then my community, and then the outside world. It's just natural and clear to me that this is how we should be as a people, as a society. But no, not the way these people have set the system. And, that's the way it is. That's the way it is, and that's what we have to accept. So, because we're born into this society and we're born into this world, seeing things like this, we got to decide now, how do we respond to this? How do we live in this kind of condition? How do we change this? And it may seem that there's very little options we have. There's very little thing that we can do to change, to alter this dynamic. Because either we are going to influence the government to make a change. Either the government going to write policies and laws to be able to cap billionaires. I mean, some people may say, okay, let there be billionaires. Then we cap it and say, okay, cap it at 10 billion. So after you make 10 billion, that's enough. Anything over that, you divide it up and give it to the workers, them, and give it to everybody else in the supply chain. What's wrong with that? What possible can you want to do with over $10 billion that you can't do now? You never live to spend $10 billion. You know? And don't think that you have some super genius, some super intelligence that you need $200 billion to implement your policy. We got governments that have budget of trillions of dollars that can implement policies for the behalf of society, behalf of our defense, to behalf of anything that we want to accomplish. We can put together teams of scientists, teams of architects and builders and people of great intelligence to build anything. We don't need no one individual who with 100 billion, 50 billion, 60 billion dollars to carry out any project. And they're not building nothing for nobody. Most of these people, they have accumulated their wealth. The companies that they created will continue without them. With or without them. They possess no innate super intelligence. It's not like there's some kind of super AI inside their brain that make them entitled to 200 billion or 100 billion, and with that 100 billion they got some super intelligence that can create something that we've never seen before and going to transform the whole world and make everybody get high. That doesn't happen. It's because they have a system in place that have normalized this ownership of wealth, and we as the common people have accepted this reality, and that's how they're able to get away with it, because we as a people accept it. Now, as a Pan-Africanist, I have to try to find a way, how do we defend the interests of African people? Because first, we have to protect our own first, and then also we deal with humanity as a whole. How do we deal with that as a people? And we know that our resources have been stolen, been extracted, and been converted, and they're making billions of the resources of Africa and the global south. A lot of resources that they're looting. I mean, just recently I've heard about in the Congo, some Chinese miners down there trying to smuggle out, 12 bars of gold and $800,000. And that's a small scale stuff. But just to imagine the stuff that we didn't catch, or been extracted out of Africa, the looting that is taking place. You know what I mean? The amount of gold that a handful of people is able to carry. Imagine what the corporations are doing when they're drilling and they're not declaring what they're taking out of that country. A lot of that is taking place. So as African people, we have to protect our resources and try to get fair value for the resources of Africa, and use that resources to develop our own society, to build better schools, better hospitals for our people, better roads, better transportation infrastructure, better water supply, better electricity. We have to do that for ourselves. We have to be able to interconnect our cities and our towns. We also have to get into electric cars. We also got to get into flying cars. We also got to get into battery productions, energy consumption, energy storage, energy productions. Because these are the things that will be fueling our development. And also we have to have a serious scientific institutions, infrastructure. That will include AI. That will include major supercomputers. And ultimately we need to have our hands on some quantum computing power. Because this is the way it's going. Anybody that doesn't get on board will be left behind and will be crushed by the forces of those who are exploiting the technology, those who are early adopters and moving ahead with this technology. They're making billions off of it. We cannot sit back and be sitting ducks and allow other people to exploit us as a people. So my message today, my people, is that keep an eye on the AI development, keep an eye on quantum computer, keep an eye on robotics, and keep an eye on those who are extracting the wealth out of our respective African countries and also the Caribbean. Keep an eye on them. know what they're doing. We must act in the best interest of our people. We must stay vigilant. And I will be bringing you more clear thinking about many of these issues. And eventually this podcast will be utilizing various software programs to be able to illustrate many of the stuff that I'm talking to you about. Be able to graphically put these things on the screen with slides to show you the breakdown of some of these statistics and how these, the grotesque nature of these statistics is appalling, and we should not be tolerating this as people in general, but as African people in particular. We have a great mandate on our head. We have a great historical responsibility to repair the damage that has been done to us by the Mangamizi, and to restore our people, to redevelop our people. So we have to be aware of every development. We cannot be naive and sit back and hope and pray and hum and mantras that we can chant and all these things. That alone is not going to do it. We have to put in the work. We have to learn the science and technology. We have to learn it, my people. So I want to thank you for listening to episode 52 of Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. I want to say Ashe and Hotep, and thank you. And I look forward to bringing you another episode, more episodes of Clear Thinking. So stay tuned, my people. Oh, by the way, do me a favor. Do like, share, and subscribe to this program, and follow this program. Help me to grow this program. I've been doing this now almost a year, and I need to grow this program. I need to collaborate. I need to get out there. I need to get the message out there, and I need to get some guests in, and we can discuss many of these issues that we're talking about. We're going to have guests. We're going to discuss them, and we're going to interact. But here, I promise you one thing. You're going to get some clear thinking on the issues that matters to us the most. Thank you, my people. Have a wonderful day. Respect.